This is how to move from a beginner to a pro bass player. Watch closely because most bass players have followed these principles to become professionals. I believe you wish to play like this. And like this. What makes you a pro bass player? And what do these professionals know that we don't? After 6 years of understanding some of these bass players and also learning from them, and weeks of analyzing their videos and also attending some of their workshops, I've come into the conclusion that to become a professional bass player, there are 10 principles you need to follow, and this video will walk you through them all. So the first way of moving from a beginner to a pro bass player is to prioritize your practice. What do I mean by prioritize your practice? Take your music seriously. As make music as your career. Take it as something that you like to do in a lifetime. Now, how do you, if you prioritize your practice, it shows whenever you are practicing. Now, how do you do this? What I normally do is what I allocate, for instance, 3 hours for my practice within a week. So I have to study my schedules for the week and also allocate this time. When you prioritize your practice, it shows in your practice and it also helps you move. Second way of moving from a beginner to a pro bass player is to stretch out your practice. What makes these professionals unique is whatever they practice during their practice session, they make sure they apply it in a song. Exactly. When you're able to do this, it means learning has taken place. Whatever you practice when you go to your practice session must be applied in a song. Maybe you learn a technique or you learn the finger exercise, you must apply it in a song. Exactly. Doing this will help you go faster and it helps you to stretch out your practice. Now watch how Lagos-based fingers apply this principle. So you realize that the technique he was using in this video is what? The triads, both the minor and the major, and also the passing notes. Okay, so it means he has done this over and over again during his practice. So applying it in a song will not become difficult. It is part and parcel of him, and it's already in the subconscious. So bringing it out will not be difficult. All you need to do here is to apply whatever you have learned, whatever technique you have learned in your practice, apply it to a song. Doing this always speeds up your learning or your progress as a bass player. The third way of moving from a beginner to a pro bass player is to play transitions. When you watch most of these professionals play, you realize that they are not just playing, but play transitions. Now, what is a transition? Transition always leads you to the next section of the song. Let's say, for instance, in a song, you have the intro, the chorus, the verse, back to the chorus, depending on the arrangement of the song. Before you move to any of these sections, you need to play a transition. An example of playing a transition can be just sliding in. So you realize someone is playing, then you slide it to something like that. Exactly. It's a transition. Never leave any of these transitions upward. There's one thing beginners don't know. Exactly. When you do this, it makes you, whoever listens to you, realize that no, this guy is a professional. Never leave any of those transitions upward. Watch what I did in this video. So when you watch this video critically, you realize that what I did was, after playing the intro, I slide in, playing something like or something like that. Is that okay? Is that okay? Doing these transitions always informs the band that you are moving to the next session. Is that okay? Maybe you are moving from the chorus to the verse, or from the verse to the chorus, or you are going to the bridge. Is that okay? When you listen to a lot of bass players, you realize we've been doing this a lot. But some of us beginners, some beginners think that it's just something that they are doing for fun, but that's not it. The fourth way of moving from a beginner to a pro bass player is to know that space is key. When you pay attention to most of these bass players, you realize that they are not just playing licks at any time. Licks are not happening at any time, but they understand what we call space. Now, the space is very key in every music. That's why when you hear them do a lick in a song, you realize that it sounds pleasing to the ears. You ask yourself, wow, what did this guy do? So it means licks are not just happening. This is one way to know whether the one playing is a professional or a beginner. The fifth way to move from a beginner to a pro bass player is to think as a listener. Anytime you play, there is someone listening. There's a listener listening. So, for instance, that is the first time of the person hearing the song. So you can't do a lick on the first verse, on the first verse, and on the first chorus. No. So if you watch these professionals closely, what they normally do is that you realize that the first verse and the first chorus are just playing normal. But when they get to the next verse, the second verse, it means that the listener has finished listening to the song, also learning the song. When the one listening to the song doesn't know the song, the person will never enjoy whatever you are playing. So you realize that after the first verse and the second chorus, the first chorus, then you can try to play your licks and other stuff into your music. An example is this video.
It's working for my good. You can call me Flavor. Say I am Flavor. It's working for my good. Walking in victory. Say I am Flavor. It's working for my good.
If you watch this video closely, we'll see Poku didn't just begin playing the licks and all that at the beginning. Rather than the first verse, he began slowly. The first verse and the first chorus, he was playing normal. But when we get to the third one, that's when he played the lick. If you think like a listener, you can become the most effective musician. This is the way I used to know whether those playing in a band are professionals. Is that okay? Because professionals don't just play, but they understand what they are to do at a particular time. But most of us beginners, we just play anyhow. Even if you are not to play licks, we are playing the licks from beginning to the end. We want everybody to hear what we are playing. We want to be on top of the game, but it's not so. Is that okay? Playing as a listener helps you, or it helps you to speed up the bass count. So the sixth way of moving from a beginner to a pro bass player is to prioritize preparation. All professionals always prepare before coming to stage, and preparation breeds confidence. Okay, if you play timid, it will always affect your sound. Okay, so you realize that someone is playing bass on stage and the person is dancing. It means the person has prepared very well before coming. An example is, if you are given a song, maybe you are going to work with an artist, you have a program on Saturday or Sunday. If you are given the song, sit down, listen to the song or learn the song with or without the bass. Is that okay? You listen to the song. That's why we have earpiece. You put your earpiece into your ears. You listen to the song. When you go to your own practice, you work your things out. You write your chords or your lines down. You practice the song very well. So this helps you to be on top of the game. So when you go for the main program, you don't get timid. You see some bass players, some beginner bass players standing and playing like as if they are scared. Some of them, they are shaking. If you are like that, no one will hire you to come and play for him or her, or to come and play for an artist. You don't play timid. So realize that if you prepare very well, realize that there are some bass players on stage playing, dancing, enjoying the music. How can you enjoy the music if you don't prepare? Are you getting it? So preparation is very important. Prioritize your preparation. Preparation breeds confidence. Know your music before going on stage. The seventh way of moving from a beginner to a pro bass player is to know the tone to use. Okay. What you need to know is that every genre has its tone of bass you need to apply. Professionals know this very well. So they don't just use any tone for any genre at all. They realize that most of them, in every song, they use different bass. Every bass with its sound, with the way it sounds. Every bass has the genre it's molded to be used. So you can use your bass, even if you have a simple bass, you can use your bass to figure out these tones. Let's watch this video and learn how we can identify the various tones or the various tones on our bass. So don't just connect your bass and start playing. This is one mistake we beginners do. But know the tones, where the tones are, know how to use your bass, know where the EQs are, and the rest. That will give you a great tone. You see, every musician, every professional bass player sounds unique. They don't sound the same because they understand their instrument, they understand where to get the right tone for the right genre. This helps you to move from a beginner to a pro bass player. It helps you, it speeds up your learning process. The eighth way of moving from a beginner to a pro bass player is to complement other band members. Opening the volume of your instrument to overshadow other instruments for people to hear you is the biggest mistake you can make as a musician or as a bass player. You are not playing alone, but you are playing as a team. So, for instance, if it is time for the lead guitarist to do a solo work, you reduce the volume of your bass, allow him to shine, allow him to flow, so that everybody will know that okay, it is the lead guitarist that is playing. When it is also time for you to play solo as the bass player, you also, the other instrumentals will also reduce their volume for you also to flow, for you also to shine. You are working together as a team. You are not playing alone. So by doing this, you are complementing each other in a group. So when you are playing, you don't play with your ego. Know that you are not playing with your emotions. Your priority should be on the music. Your priority should not be on your ego or what you feel like playing at a particular time. Let every band member succeed. Don't succeed alone. Music is about teamwork. It's not about personality. It's not about you yourself. It's about teamwork, working hand in hand with your group, with your other instrumentalists, with your vocalist and your lead singer and the artist. That is what music is all about. The ninth way of moving from a beginner to a pro bass player is to measure yourself against yourself. Don't compare yourself to those ahead of you. Instead, measure yourself by yourself. Push yourself without comparing yourself to others. The way you learn is not how others learn. So focus on your growth. Push yourself. Learn within your own pace without it. There are people who are able to learn faster, and there are people who learn slow. We have slow learners. Learn at your own pace. Don't be intimidated by what you see on the internet or on social media of people playing fancy things. It's taking them years to play those things. They didn't just start within 3 days or within 1 year. Okay, so measure yourself against yourself. For instance, if you watch a video about Morgan didn't just start today. He has been playing bass for quite a long time, so he knows what he's doing. So don't be intimidated by what you see on social media, but trust the process. Make sure you go through the process. Don't jump the process. The 10th and the last way of moving from a beginner to a pro bass player is never to stop challenging yourself. The day you stop challenging yourself is the day you stop growing. Challenge yourself when you go to your practice session. Don't go and practice what you already know. Practice what you don't know. It's okay. Challenge yourself. Make sure whatever you are going to practice, you don't know it. So as you don't know what you are going to practice, you make sure that you are able to get and achieve whatever you are going to practice before you come out of a practice session. And there's one thing you can do. Avoid distraction when you go to your practice session. Put your phones off or put it on flight mode. After you are done, you can attend to messages. Some of us, we practice whilst our data is on. When a message comes, we attend to the message. When someone calls, we attend to the calls. All what you are doing, you are distracting yourself, and you are not a focus or a full attention on what you are doing. Try and achieve whatever goal you have for yourself and go to practice. Have a goal, have a target. That after this practice, after coming out of this practice, I want to know how to play arpeggios. I want to know how to apply them. I want to learn this technique. Is that okay? When you have that target and a goal like that, it will help you to challenge yourself. All right, guys, if this video has been of great help to you, then subscribe and turn on the notification button. All right, I will see you in the next session.